start. We'll start slowly easing into it so people can have a minute to get in. We're gonna start with some roll downs and then we'll go into some big leg stretches. So that's gonna be fun. Have your heels under your knees, belly buttons into your spine, feet are pointing the same direction, knees are a little bit soft. We're gonna slowly peel down, reaching down to your toes. And just let your head feel heavy. And as always, like pause at the spaces that you feel like you need to like give it an extra hold. Just kind of like melt down to the ground. When you get all the way to the ground, we'll just grab your elbows really quick, give it a little sort of sway side to side, loosen up in the sides and the back. Just breathe with it. And we'll come back to the center. Let go of your elbows, come all the way back up. Shoulders back, chest is open. And then we're gonna roll down, and when you get all the way down to your roll down, we're gonna walk yourself into plank. So we're gonna peel all the way down. Hands are heavy, head is heavy. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Bring your hands onto the ground. Walk yourself forwards into plank. Try to keep your heels down for as long as possible. And eventually they will lift, but then you'll get that nice little leg stretch. So we're taking our time into this. Once you get into plank, we're going to go into either pigeon if this next stretch isn't right for you, so you can have the option for pigeon, or you're going to bring your foot onto the outside of your hand. You can drop your back leg down, and just going to slide your chest forward. You can kind of move side to side in it. Just kind of breathe with it. You should feel the stretch. I mean, massively hamstring stretch, hip flexor stretch. If you feel like that's too deep, you can come up onto your fingertips and lift your chest up. And it's kind of, I like to just move around in it and see where it's kind of grabbing. But if this isn't right for you, just go into pigeon or whatever variation works for you. And then we'll come back down from that. You're gonna curl your back toe under, lift your back leg up, bring that leg back and change to the other leg. And again, same again, drop that back leg down. And we're just going to slide around. You can come up onto your fingertips if this side feels like it needs a little extra lift. Just move through the hips a bit. Remember to breathe. See if you can lift your chest up a little bit higher and drop your hips a little bit further down. Excellent. Let's curl your back toe under, lift that leg up. And now we're going to bring this leg across into pigeon. So if you've done pigeon already, you get to do pigeon again. I'm going to stay up on my hands for this and just make it a bit more engaged, active, little stretchy bit. Just moving my hips forwards, backwards. Just breathing with it. I did a lot of glutes yesterday, so we're kind of stretching out. I find I do the stretches in the next class though that I needed from the class before. So we're stretching out the glutes from yesterday. And now we'll curl your back toe under, lift up from that, and we're going to bring the other leg across into pigeon. And again, just move around, stay up on your hands if you can. One hip down, one hip forwards, breathing. And as always, kind of compare the right side to the left side when we're doing single side work. See how the stretch changes side to side, where you're feeling it in different places. So we'll curl that back toe under. I'm going to bring your knees under your hips. Have your hands under your shoulders. I'm going to go into your angry cat, happy cow. So we'll arch your back up, tuck your tailbone, drop your tummy down, open chest, open sit bones. And just breathe with this. Think of the move making the breath happen, and the breath making the move happen. I'm going to come back into center. We'll take your right foot up, bring your right toe to the right side, look to your toe there, and then bring your right toe to the left side. We'll stretch out that side, hips moving a bit. Just breathe out to your toes, breathe in across, and breathe out to your toes. change to the other foot. So bring your left foot up, look to your toes on the left side, look to your toes on the right side. Remember to keep your belly button in nice and strong. And then back into center. Drop your foot down. We're going to push your opposite hand, opposite knee as hard as you can. Opposite hand, opposite knee. Just get the tummy muscles clicked on a little bit. If you are having a hard time with this, you can go onto your forearms and do a similar thing if it's bothering your wrists too much. So that's your little variation if your hands are hurting. But it's up to you. I mean, with the hands, you'll have to know the difference between them feeling the stretch or if they're collapsing and causing damage. So it's up to you to decide. Just breathing out, squeezing. When you're pushing with your hand or your forearm, you're squeezing down the sides. You're pulling your belly button in. Make sure that you're not squeezing your shoulder up to your ear. You're squeezing your shoulder down away from your ear. Excellent. Now we're going to drop all the way down onto your forearms. I like to have my hands together, so you can either make a fist, you can have your hands together like prayer hands and squeeze your hands together. Squeeze up through your shoulders. You're going to take your right leg out behind you. Squeeze it up. Don't drop your tummy down. And then bend your knee. Pull your knee in. Arch your back up like a weird little angry cat kind of a pose. And then stretch your leg back out. So we're doing 10. And I'm going to try to count today, not like yesterday where you guys were just left to fend for yourselves with counting. We'll do 5 more. Take your time with this. Find the length in your legs. Pull your belly button in when your knee comes in. We'll do 3, 2, and we're going to hold out for 1. Check that your shoulders are still strong. We're going to squeeze up, little tiny pulses. Little tiny, tiny, tiny. Make sure your back isn't dropping when you're lifting your leg. Really tense around your kneecap. We'll do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop it down. Excellent. Keep your elbows just how they are, but drop your hips onto the side. So my leg that I was just working is on the top. I'm going to just adjust your chest so you have that little twist in the torso. Your chest is lifted. Squeeze those armpits down. I'm going to take that top leg. We're going to kick it up and back, and then back down. Squeeze it up, and then back. So you're just kicking to like the wall behind you. Pull your tummy in really tight. Should be feeling all that sort of side pocket. Do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. It's horrible. Kick your leg back a little bit further. Hold. Breathe. And drop it down. Excellent. Let's flip over to the other side. We'll do it again. So you can flip however, I'm flipping on the mat. Same arm position. Knees are under your hips. We're going to take that leg out, kick it up, and curl around, pull your knee in, belly buttons in, and we're doing 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. We're going to stay all the way up. Big stretch up, lock in through the tummy, don't let your lower back drop, and little squeeze up. Make sure your knee is really tight so you're not bending the knee. And you're breathing strong through your shoulders. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Stay strong through the shoulders, but drop your hips off to the side. And now we're going to kick that leg up and back, and then down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up there. Big stretch. Push it back a little bit further. Hold. Breathe. Lift up a bit higher. Strong through your shoulders. And down. Nice work. Roll onto your side. I'm being very mean today, just so you have a feel for the class. We're going to go into your side plank. This is like the actual side plank, so you can just choose your leg variation. So you can either have your knees stacked, which is the slightly easier option, but it just isolates this area a bit more. Or you can have one leg out, or you can have both legs out. Both legs out is the entire body. Just adjust your shoulder so you have your shoulder blade melting down the back. Take your hand up, squeeze up into your side plank. Perfect. Tense around your armpit. Breathe. Ribs are down. We're gonna go into a twist. Take a deep breath in, and breathing out, lift your hips up and reach your hand through, and then open. We're gonna do 10. 10 is way too many. We should be doing 5, but we're doing 10. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and all the way down. Curl your knees next to the side, take your hand from the ceiling, bring it next to your legs, bring your hand from the floor up to the ceiling. Stretch right up and out of that. Take a big deep breath in. Use your breath to like stretch out the rib cage on this side. I'm going to slowly twist around and kind of bring my hand past my knees. And we'll come back up from that. And we have to do the other side plank, so we'll go to the other side and do it again. But now just remember that obviously it's the same side plank, but it's a different side. So adjust your body how you need to for this side plank. If you feel like you want to adjust your legs and do like a harder version on one side and easier leg version on the other side, that's fine as well. Adjust your shoulder, hands up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, lift. Perfect. And let's thread through. Breathing out, lift those hips up. Breathing in and open. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. All the way down. Curl your feet next to the side. Bring your hand from the ceiling next to your feet. Hand from the floor up to the ceiling. I love that you guys just did that side plank and it looked pretty effortless. You guys look fantastic. It was terrible, but you looked great. I'm just going to bring my hand from the ceiling and just slowly twist it down to my knees. We'll come back up out of that. Nice. Let's go onto your back. I will make time for stretches, probably some deeper stretches, but not yet. Let's use the ball if you have the ball. We'll throw it between your knees. Hands are next to the sides, like sort of passive. I like to have my palms open. The palms open help sort of open through the collarbones, make it a bit easier for your shoulders to melt down your back. Bring your legs up into tabletop. Now my toes are not touching, so my legs are sort of in that same position. I'm going to squeeze the ball really tight with my knees, pull your toes apart, and then bring your toes together. Toes apart. Keep that tension in the ball. Remember to breathe. So we're moving in the hips. You'll feel like the leg, sort of where it connects into the hip, is working quite hard. We'll hold in the center. We're going to bring your right leg straight up and then bend it back to tabletop. And then the left leg straight up and then back to tabletop. Just alternating that stretch through the leg, but keep a good squeeze on the ball. Remember to breathe. Breathing to lift, breathing to drop. Notice while you're working, especially when you're doing something that's quite focused, maybe a little bit painful, you might notice that your eyebrows are sort of tensing up, your jaw might be clenching. Just try to relax through your face. See if you can smile, like you're enjoying it. I'm going to hold here, bring one leg up, one leg's in tabletop, and we're going to lower down in the direction of the floor. You don't have to go all the way to the floor, you just want to feel like you're challenging your stomach, but keeping your back connected. And I'm alternating my legs. So change, lower. Listen to your stomach with this move. Your stomach will tell you when you've done enough. If you're not sure, you can bring your hand onto your belly button and you'll feel like a twinge in your stomach when your back is about to lift. And we'll do one more on each leg. And then back into center. I'm going to tap my toes together, squeeze the ball nice and tight. If you need to take a break, just bring your knees into your chest, rock little circles, and jump back in when you're ready. Squeeze the ball really tight. You'll lace your fingers behind your head, have your elbows open, and we're going to curl up. Squeeze the ball, shoulder blades peeling off, elbows are open, and then back down. I'll do 10. 9. Think about your ribs melting down really deep in towards your spine. When you're curling up, you're squeezing the ball really tight. We'll do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up, drop your legs down, and then bring them back up. We'll do 10, 9. Squeeze the ball nice and tight. 8, 7. Relax your collarbones. 6. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your feet all the way down. Keep this curl up. Keep your head really heavy in your hands. And we're going to twist, look over your shoulder, and twist, look over your shoulder. So think about your rib just melting across to your opposite hip. When you're doing this, it's better to do it a bit smaller than to like really crunch across. You want to you're just sort of like casually looking over your shoulder. Keep your tummy really tight. We're going to do a bit more on the stomach, and then we're going to finish with a good long stretch. And we're going to twist and hold. Take your opposite hand across, and we're going to crunch up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and to the other side. Reach across and crunch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. Nice work. A little bit of stomach. We're going to go into we're going to go into leg drops. We'll take your legs all the way up to the ceiling. Tense around your kneecaps. Think about pulling your kneecaps up into your pockets. So you're like pulling them right up and in. Point your toes, heels are together, really strong through your legs. Breathing out, you're just going to lower a couple inches and then pull them back up. Now our legs are quite heavy, so that's a lot of weight that the rest of your body is trying to stabilize from. If this feels too much, you can do the same thing and then just lower in tabletop. You've got options to make it slightly more manageable. If this is killing your lower back, you can go into a curl up as well, which will then engage the upper abdominals a little bit more, but it will help your lower back stay on. So you're not necessarily doing the easier option, you're just doing a slight variation which supports the lower back. So whichever one you want to do. Have you find a spot and hold where you go, oh, this is quite challenging. And we're going to crisscross your legs. Really strong straight legs. If you're in the tabletop, you can just crisscross tabletop version. So just want to get those adductors working. Glue your back down. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop down. Whew, good work. Let's have your hands next to the sides. We're going to roll up into a bridge. This is just a stretching bridge. So we're just trying to get the length from the knees all the way up to the shoulders. So you can go right up into that and then drop down. Just think of it as a stretch. So don't try to worry about the engaging anything or the spine lifting it one vertebra at a time. Just enjoy the stretch at the top. And we'll finish with that one. We have you pull your knees into your chest, and we're going to come up to sitting, so you can roll like a ball up to sitting. Excellent. Let's sit in the center. We're going to bring your foot out to the side. My favorite stretch, the all-around stretch that kind of hits many different places for different people. If you can grab onto your toes, go for that. If not, you can hold onto the inside of your leg. You're going to pull your waist in, push your hip down really heavy, rainbow your hand up, stretch right up out of this. Try to lift up as high as you can, breathing into it, slowly, slowly stretching a little bit further away. And eventually dropping down, threading your hand through, grab the outside of your leg, or if you can reach the outside of your foot. But if you're really flexible and you can just collapse into it, try to keep the tension so you're pulling right back into it. We're just going to breathe, open your chest up, and breathe, drop your chest down. So this one, it's going to be totally different places that you're feeling the stretch depending on the person and depending on the side. Like you probably feel it sort of in that lower back above your hip, between your rib space, back of your leg, and the shoulders and the sides. See if you can pull a little bit deeper into it. And then we'll rainbow your hand all the way back up. Take your time, big stretch. And we'll change to the other leg. And again, same again. So hold on to your toes or hold on to the inside of your leg. Take your hand out, stretch up, take your time with this, pull your waist in, and have a think about how you're feeling on this side compared to the other side, where you're feeling the stretches, how easy it is. And just eventually thread your hand through, grab the outside of your leg, outside of your foot, pull back, pull your tummy in, and then you can move through the chest. So you're opening your chest up and dropping your chest down. And you're breathing while you do it. Whenever you hit a spot that's really feeling a deep stretch, see if you can breathe fully into it. Fill your lungs as much as you can.
On mute.
Are you on mute? Oh. We're going to give it one more second. See if you can pull a little bit deeper into it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And we'll slowly rainbow all the way back up. Excellent. Come out of that. Let's jump up onto your knees, onto your heels. Sit in your comfortable position, however is comfortable for you. Doesn't matter. We're going to take your hands out to the side. Stretch them really, really far away. So you get that nice long stretch through the arms. We're going to turn your palms up and open, and then turn your palms down and closed. The further you stretch, the deeper the stretch. So it's feeling like tendony stretch all in your arms. I'm going to keep this going. And just kind of drop your hands, opening and closing. Drop them back behind you. Don't let your ribs open. Keep your tummy tight. So you're opening across the chest. And anytime it's catching, just give it an extra minute. Give it a hold, give it a breath. Feel like you've got a really long neck while you're doing this. Really breathing. Keep that twist going. It's really painful, so there's a part of your body that's going like, oh my God, please stop, but keep doing it. When you get all the way towards the ground, right behind you, you're going to glue your fingers down. Imagine there's a string on the top of your head pulling you a little bit taller. Glue those fingers down, and then very, very slowly drop your head to one side. Slowly, 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 and then slowly drop your head to the other side. If this feels too intense, just bring your hands onto your lap. Now, if you're interested in making it a little bit deeper, a bit more intense, you can drop your head to one side, bow your head down, chin rolls across your chest, ear to your shoulder, and we'll just keep that going. But just be really kind of protective of the neck and shoulders. Play it a bit cautious. See if you can push your fingers a little bit further back and a little bit further away to deepen the stretch, because it should be getting a bit easier now. And come out of that. Give your shoulders a little roll around. Excellent. If you're not on your knees, go onto your knees now. Hold onto the front of your knees. You're going to pull back, scoop everything in like your knees are glued to the ground and you're trying to pull your knees up. Pull back, tuck your tailbone, and then pull one side a bit further, pull the other side a bit further. So I'm just lifting my right shoulder up, and then I'm lifting my left shoulder up. You should feel the stretch all in the back, between the shoulder blades, base of your neck. Remember to breathe. And we'll come all the way up out of that. Give your shoulders a little roll around. Excellent. Hands next to the sides. Curl your toes under. Come up to standing. I'm going to take a deep breath in. Breathing out, melt down and touch to your toes. Hands are heavy, head is heavy. And then breathing in all the way back up to standing. Shoulders back, chest is open. And you guys are done. Excellent work. Nice to see you guys.